So I have my own line of greeting cards, and I noticed that there are a lot of get well cards and a lot of sympathy cards, but there are no hospice cards. So that's where I come in to fill that void, and I'm working on one, and on the front of it it says, "So this is it then." I'll see you on the other side. And then the person opens it up and it says, "If there really is one." So, I'm really grateful to have a job in this economy. But I'm also really sick of the term "in this economy." I feel like the media just attaches it on to like every news story. And I heard this report the other day, and this is exactly what it said. It was, "A peacock escaped from a New York zoo," which is no surprise in this economy. So even though I'm grateful that I have a job, I just feel like jobs, they're just not the right job for me. So I hate my job, and one reason I hate my job is my boss. Because we worked together for 5 years, everything was fine, I got good reviews, I got promotions, I got raises, and then like on the 5th year, it's like he just snapped, like he couldn't take it anymore, and he just, all this stuff I had been doing for the past 5 years that were bugging him, I got like this bad review, and he's like, "Well, and remember that one time you just got to work and then you wanted to go work out and do P90X, remember that?" And I was like, are we married? Isn't this what married people do? Like build up the resentment until they can't take it anymore? And he told me that he didn't like managing people and he didn't like conflict. And I was like, well, no one, including myself, has ever been able to manage me. Like, I'm completely unmanageable. So that is not your fault. I tried to give him some tips to help us work better together, and so I said, hey, like if you want me to do something, just tell me if you want it now or not now. Because if it's not now, like it's never to me. It's just like only like the linear time concept. It's if you want it now or not now. But the main reason that I hate my job is they're just really concerned with our whereabouts. I'm in the area, like I'm just around, I feel like that should be enough. I could be down the hall, I could be at Starbucks, I could be a few blocks away at Nordstrom Rack. I could be in the file room self-soothing and banging my head against the wall. I'll be back, like no need to worry. And the way that whereabouts are tracked, it is by sticky notes on your door. So, it just bugs me because I can't block it out when I'm walking down the hall. Like everyone has their sticky notes up, and some of them are just like, "Vacation East Coast." Or like, "Music playing, come on in, smiley face." It just bugs me, and it's like, I have some sticky notes too. And none of them have smiley faces. One of them says, "I am in here." another is door is closed. And then I have one sticky note that I'm saving for a very special occasion. It says, do not disturb, fastening noose above desk. You know, another thing about work that bugs me is, like, do you ever just have that work neighbor that, you know, you can't really avoid talking to? So, this, you know, I have that, and the other day I got to work and I just didn't have time to, like, get the sticky note up and shut the door. And, you know, I mean, he moved in, and he kind of, you know, was standing in the doorway with his arm against the door, his head like this, and his foot like slightly extended, like he was about to start like Office Misery, the musical. And I was just like, what? Like, what's wrong? You know, he did look pretty upset, and he just goes, well, it's official. I have sleep apnea. I didn't know there was an unofficial diagnosis. I didn't know we were waiting on the test results. I didn't know that I cared. If I were human, I would care. But I'm not, and I don't. And I actually said that to him, so it's kind of how I got into the greeting card business. I just feel that I can express myself a little bit more appropriately in print. So, you know, I wrote a greeting card for him and left it on his desk. And so, I don't know, sleep apnea, I don't know if everybody knows what that is. It's like you die in the night, like you're not breathing. Keep dying and reviving yourself, and dying and reviving yourself. Over like all night. And so on the front of the greeting card it says, each night you die 1,000 deaths. And then on the inside it says, tonight, go to the light. And that's kind of how it goes with people that I don't want to talk to. But sometimes, like, there's somebody like that I care about, or I want to say something nice or kind, and that happened the other day. This guy Dan that I work with, like, he had just like trifecta of tragedy. Like, he got diagnosed with a blood disorder, and the kid got divorced but got remarried and was really happy. And then he was at his grandpa's funeral, and his wife died at the funeral. And so I saw him, I wanted to say something nice, and you know, I mean, the thing is like, I should have just wrote a card. I should have just been like, Dan, I'm so sorry for your loss. You know, sometimes there are no words. Right? Like, but with me, like, if I'm talking, there's words, and there's more words, and there's inappropriate words that I cannot control. And so, you know, I just see Dan, and I'm like, bummer, Dan. Like, what's going on with, like, this disease, and death, and pestilence, and horror in your life? Like, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to think that in your past life, you were a serial killer. So, anyway, thanks a lot. You've been a great audience.